obviously I'm back in the UK. My hair is still doing a badness, so please just excuse that. It's just fluffy after I washed it. So yeah, I'm back in the UK, which is really, really sad. Although the sun is out, so that's a plus. Although when I got back from the airport, it was raining and I was like, for fuck's sake, just wanted to stay there. But it was nice to be back in the gym, see everyone, just like see friends, say hi to everyone. I'm lying. Can you tell I'm lying? I just want to be back in America. It just, like, I feel like whenever you're away, it just reminds you how shit England really is, because it's just wet and cold and everyone's moody. Whereas in America, like, you'll see a stranger on the street and they'll be like, hey. If you did that in America, if you did that in England, people will be like, is she okay? Anyway, we're back now, and we're officially 6 weeks out. So scary times. Weird how quickly it's gone. I feel like in America, because it went so fast, now I've like fast forwarded in 6 weeks and I'm like, oh, okay. I did drop a lot of weight in America. So I went to America at 63.6. Obviously I had the refeed of the sushi, weighed myself when I got back and I was 59.1. There's nothing left of me. Being in the 59s as well, by the way, is absolutely crazy to me, because I've never been lower than 64 before. So seeing like a 5 on a scale is like scary. So got my check-in back and Luke is happy. He was like, I'm ahead of schedule. I'm gonna see him in the gym for an in-person check-in, see if he's happy, and see where to go from there. So changes have been minimal. So I was on 17,500 steps and he's actually lowered it to 12,500, which is great. Cardio was on 5 lots of 30 and he's upped it to 5 lots of 35, but because he's reduced steps, I'm absolutely fine with that. I'd rather him reduce steps because it's more time consuming than an extra 5 minutes of cardio. And obviously in America I was actually doing the bike because they didn't have the Stairmaster in the gym I was at for the majority of the time. By the way, whoever opts for the bike is a psychopath. Just because you just have to be so mindful of keeping the same pace for the whole time, so I couldn't like switch off. So yeah, that was awful. And then food has been lowered on training days, so it was 200 grams of carbs, now we're on 175. So I've got 2 meals with no carbs in on a training day, which is fine. Chicken salads, not that bad. So yeah, those are the only changes. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks when he actually sees me in person, so we will see. But yeah, I'm gonna just try and like get back into routine, get back into like my normal daily structure, and go from there. Obviously getting back, being jet lagged and coming back off a deload, like I'm just trying to be mindful of training. Luke was just like, just try and get a pump, and then like we'll go again, like back to normal on Monday. So I just thought I'd give you a little haul of America food, because obviously I couldn't eat any of the food there apart from the sushi, but I did bring a few things back for friends and family and a few bits of myself, for when I am allowed them. Try not to go too overboard, because the last thing you want to do is like hoard food, because I've done that before and let me tell you, it just leads to a binge. Like if the food is there and you're allowed it after your diet, it's just a recipe for disaster. So tip, don't do that. Don't get it wrong, America was really, really hard in terms of like having to watch everyone eat whilst I couldn't, considering I am the world's #1 foodie and I have a history of binging. It was extremely hard and it made me question whether prep was worth it, but I did it. Didn't miss a single beat, stayed on plan the whole time, bar the sushi, and let me tell you, the feeling of being like so proud of myself after that, compared to the feeling of guilt that I would have felt if I'd have binged, was so much better. That guilt feeling after a binge is just disgusting and you just feel awful, whereas I knew that I would be so proud of myself if I just stuck it out. And to be honest, I actually surprised myself. Like, it's so easy to say you want something when you're not surrounded by temptation, but when you're surrounded by it, it's so much harder. So not a lot of people can do that, especially the first time I'm 6 weeks out. I was very proud of myself. So let's stop the waffling and get cracking. So I'll start off with the cereal first. So this, I got a Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, if you don't know me, I'm big on cinnamon. I just love anything cinnamon, Cinnabon, everything. So I just thought I actually do have cereal in my plan. So I'm going to wait till off season in a few weeks to add this to my yogurt meal. To be honest, the macros aren't that bad. Like, for 36 grams, the fats were only 4 grams. I thought the fats would be a lot higher, so I'm actually very happy with that. And then the other cereal is the same brand, but they're like Crave. So these are the Cinnamon Toast Crunch loaded with vanilla cream filling. So I'm happy with that. Obviously the fats are a lot higher. To be fair, they're only 6 grams higher for 42 grams. So not that bad. So yeah, got these 2 babies. And then, where should I start? So we've got these cookies. They are Chips Ahoy but Hershey's filled. So they're like gooey inside. And they're chewy. So I hate like a hard cookie. I just think cookies should be chewy. So we've got them, because we don't have them here. Then moving on to some more cookies. The Oreo section, oh my god, they had so many different flavours. I didn't know where to start, but I love dark chocolate. So I got the dark chocolate Oreos, family size, but I couldn't find any normal size. So, don't know. This is another thing I'm going to be able to have on plan. It's a granola butter, but oat. So it's like peanut butter, but made of oats instead of peanuts. And it's cookie dough flavour. So the macros are just pretty similar to peanut butter anyway. So it'll be really interesting to try that. I might do a little review if it's nice. Then on to more cookies. This is like, well, it says it's a protein superfood. It's chocolate chip cookie dough flavour. Protein superfood. It's a bit more of a fat, I'd say. So I'll give you a bit of an update. I could use that as like my peanut butter instead, because it's similar in protein. I don't really know what it is. It just looked like edible cookie dough, but that I could have on plan that isn't too high in calories. So yeah, we'll see. Where else do I start? Okay, moving on to some Reese's. So I don't think we have this in the UK. This is a Reese's Caramel Big Cup, king size. So it's got a thicker peanut butter centre with caramel underneath. So I just thought I'd give that a whirl because I love Reese's. Then moving on to some proteiny things that I'll be able to eat as well. So this Legendary Foods chocolate cake protein pastry. So it's literally just like a Pop-Tart, but protein. Macros aren't too bad, 180 calories for one, 8 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein. So pretty much just like a protein bar, but a Pop-Tart version. Then moving on to this Lenny and Larry's complete cookie, plant-based double chocolate soft baked. So you can see here. I wanted like a cookie protein thing. Looked at the macros and oh my god. So it says 2 servings of 1 cookie. How is that 2 servings? That's 1 serving. No one's gonna eat half. So 1 cookie is 460 grams. No, it's 460 calories. 68 grams of protein, of carbs. I'm not being funny yet. You might as well just eat a normal cookie. Like, just because it has protein on it doesn't mean it's healthy. I'm still gonna eat it because I want to try it. But yeah, just be careful of like protein scams. Saying that, got another Legendary food. But this is a cinnamon protein sweet roll. So I've heard good things. I, again, love cinnamon, so I just thought, why not? 200 calories for the whole thing, 10 grams of protein, 10 grams of fats, 22 grams of carbs. So I might do like a little taste test of all of these when I can have them. Then obviously I had to get some Jolly Ranchers. These are sour gummies. Can't go wrong with them, to be fair. Then I haven't tried these before. These are Twizzlers Plum Peel Cherry flavour. So these are just like red gummies that are like chewy consistency. So, oh, I can smell the cherry. I love cherry. Then just got a pick and mix. I don't really know what to tell you is in it. Just chocolate and sweets. But like, I'm not really a pick and mix girl. but I like walked past the shop and I was like, oh my God, the sweets that they had and the options they had were just crazy compared to the UK. So I was like, I'm gonna get it. Then I got this sauce, Chick-fil-A sauce. Don't even know what it's gonna taste like, but that'll just be nice with my chicken when I'm allowed it. Obviously, now I'm not. A serving is 31 grams, yeah, 160 calories, 14 grams of fat. So be careful. Then I got some drinks. I got this Monster flavour. So I tried this in America anyway, but I bought it for one of my friends. This is like, it's Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. It literally just tastes like a raspberry citrusy. So it was really, really nice. And then keeping with the drinks theme, I got a Ghost Swedish Fish Monster energy drink. I tried a few of them over there. This one isn't for me. This is for someone I know who likes Swedish fish. So I'm going to give that to him. Then, keeping with the cinnamon theme, Cinnabon. I don't even know what this is. It just says jumbo snack, but it's obviously Cinnabon branded, so it will taste like Cinnabon. It's just as a snack, so I was gonna add this with like as a cereal, have it as like cereal with my yogurt meal. Again, the fats aren't too bad in this, to be fair. 43 grams of carbs for the whole thing, which isn't too bad, to be honest, considering the whole thing is nearly 60 grams of, yeah, 60 grams. So can you tell I like cinnamon? Then these are just for like some other people. Just got some sour punch bites in different flavours. Can't go wrong with anything sour. Any sweets that are sour, banging. Again, sticking with the sour theme. Got a Sour Patch Kids in watermelon. Obviously here we have a sugar tax or sugar ban or whatever, so a lot of the sweets that we have, that they have in America, are going to taste very different because they have all the additives and stuff, all the good stuff in America, whereas here they don't. So that's why they taste so much better in America. So even though we have these in the UK, because they're American, they'll taste so much nicer. And then sticking with the protein theme, I got just this big protein bar for one of my friends because it's fucking ginormous. And it looked like the grenade one, but it looked a bit nicer. 32 grams of protein for the whole thing. And then, so I got like these electrolyte sachets. So I'll show you. These are like the Ghost Hydration in blue raspberry. So they're like I obviously have Hydromax in my intro, so they're just like that, but they're in like little sachets and stuff. So I just thought that was cute. And then I actually got a few more bits, but I've already given them away to some of my friends that I've just seen. And I also brought over, oh, where is it? Oh, gonna try this. It's Sebum's brand, but it's pre-workout and sour watermelon. So I thought that'd be quite nice to try because I love anything like sour watermelon. Obviously, you just see, might not be able to have these, but I can have this. So yeah, also brought back 2 flavours of protein. So it's the Ghost Chips Ahoy protein whey and the Ghost Oreo, because they're both in collaboration with the actual brand. So they've actually got bits of Oreo and Chips Ahoy in. But I had to decant them into like a plastic bag because my suitcase was so full coming home, I couldn't actually fit the protein tubs in my suitcase. So I don't have anything aesthetic to show you, but I'll probably show you my like oats with them in and give you a little taste test. But I've had the Oreo one before and it tastes like Oreo. They've literally got Oreo bits in and it was unreal. But yeah, that was my haul. I'm going to go train later. So yeah, I would not say I went overboard because most of this stuff isn't for me. But I did treat myself because to some things I will be able to eat and not be a dick. Like, you know, a little bit of sauce, having a Monster, you know, that's all still staying on plan relatively. So I'm actually quite proud of myself. Hey guys, so me and Luke have just, me and Luke have just finished training legs. So I usually train with Luke and Carl on Tuesdays, and we do quad days. So this is my first quad day back since we back in America. Obviously I'm like depth whereas Luke is like peak off season. So just explain like where you're at the moment, like the journey.
So I am about 12 months out from mind the first show next year. So currently on my first push up this year, probably about 6 weeks in. Food's not particularly high, but training starting to really fly again now, which is really good. And so we're in a good position with that. Enjoying it. Food's not too high. Got a nice bit of flexibility with life as well. And we just kind of see how things go along the way. But it's nice to be a fly on the wall for everyone else competing this year, but not having to do the cardio and go through the shit training sessions, which is nice.
Yeah, so show you who's in as well, and then obviously after you'll see our leg session. So obviously as well, by the way, Luke's my coach. I don't know if you obviously
It might work that out.
Oh yeah.
Right, so I just thought I'd do a little voiceover because we were going to speak on video, but I didn't know where the mics were, and I just thought it'd be a bit more entertaining me talking than me just putting some music over it. So we always start with carbs because everyone needs more carbs except Luke, who has carbs of a fucking bull. I didn't even know his carbs are bigger than my quads, so I'm actually extremely humbled. Let me tell you, when I train with the lads, it's a very humbling experience, and it's literally cardio, just literally taking the plates off, but you know, I'm getting my steps in. So yeah, then after carbs, we move on to the adductor, just to get like nice and warm. We kind of like pre-fatigue ourselves before we go into like the big sets. So we do like the isolation movements first, and then towards the end is when we do the heavy compound stuff. More so just to like, yes, we're pre-fatigued, but it's also just to get warm and stuff, to avoid any niggles. Luke is there stacking the adductor like it's fucking nothing. So again, and gracefully dismounting. So this, after we do the adductor, this is where our session sort of goes off a little bit, because Luke does the leg extension after the adductor, whereas I do leg extensions towards the end. So when Luke is doing the leg extension, I actually move on to lying leg curl, because one of my weak areas is definitely hamstrings. So doing an exercise at the start of the session when you have a lot more energy is a lot better, just because you've got a bit more energy. You're less fatigued, you can sort of send the set a little bit more instead of waiting till the end when you're tired and you kind of just like half-arse it. So after we've finished our isolations, we actually move on to the compounds. Luke's doing a nice little twerk before we get into his set. I think he does, it's 11 plates here, and like I said, it's literally cardio. Taking the plates on and off. So I'm actually really grateful that I can train with the lads, because I know it's probably a ball ache putting all these plates on. Like, I think you'll see after my top set's like 4 plates and the lads is like 11. So yeah, but you can see he's fucking an absolute beast. And I mean, I'm spotting him, yeah, but I don't even know what I'd do if he was to fail, because the 58 kilogram Amira ain't moving that up at all. So Luke's on his own there, probably get stuck under, but he doesn't. He's always sensible. He sends it, but he knows like his limits, which you can see there. He's like, nope, not going for another one, which is the sensible thing to do. And there you go, little win. Congratulate him on his 11 plates, and then I move on to my 4.5 pathetic plates. But that's still heavy. It's all subjective at the end of the day. Like, Luke is double my weight, so obviously he's gonna lift a lot more and he's a lot more experienced, whereas I'm like a baby in this sport. I am also 58 kilograms, so I'm still sending it, but it's humbling because my top set used to be like 6 plates and we've actually had to move down to 4.5. I was holding on to the 5s a little bit, but I just felt I was getting a few niggles and I was just moving weight for the sake of moving weight instead of actually getting any stimulus from it. So moved down to 4.5, and this was actually a really, really good set. You can see I'm just sort of like in a hole, but I'm still giving it my all, because even if you're in prep or in an off season, you still got to fucking send a set, because that's what's gonna retain the tissue. Even if you're lowering the weight, it's all about keeping that same intensity throughout an off season, throughout a prep, because that's what's gonna hold the tissue. And there you go, like I said, I'm not being a dick, I'm crying, but I'm being sensible. If I think, you know, that's my last rep, that's going to be my last rep, but I'm still training hard. Then after, we move on to the pendulum. Again, I'm doing a plate, and a plate felt freaking heavy. Although this pendulum is quite a heavy machine anyway, I find. So yeah, this is towards the end of the session and I'm really, really fucked anyway. So obviously I'm not going to be able to lift a lot of weight. This for me was like hard enough. I think I managed to get like 6 or 7 here and I was dying. Obviously, when you just done a leg press, your legs are like jelly anyway. So going onto the pendulum is extremely hard, but we managed. And then you'll see Luke now do fucking, I don't even know what that is. I think that was 3 or 4 plates. Again, I'm spotting him, but if he was to not be able to get back up, I don't think there's much I could do. But again, he's making it look easy while I was literally dying on a plate. And you know what? It's really nice to see like my friends progress in their off season, because even though I'm on prep and I'm not really progressing and training's getting quite boring because I'm not really getting stronger and I can barely get a pump, it's so nice to train with my friends and see them progress week on week and get bigger and get stronger in terms of like progressing the weight each week. Like, so I'm sort of like living through them because they're you can see me congratulating Luke while he like dies. But yeah, it's just nice to see friends progress while I can't. So I'm living my life through them. Then after I move on to Smith squat, no, Smith machine, I don't even know, split squats. And I'm pretty much dying. But I thought my legs looked half decent in there. So Luke doesn't do them, it's just me who does them. Luke, I think, moved on to standing leg curl. Then after I move on to leg extensions to finish the session off. Aim here is just get high reps, get the blood in the quad, and just try and somewhat just get all the blood in the muscle and make my legs like jelly to the point where I can't walk, which was a job well done because I can never stand up well after legs or walk. And then we did a little bit of posing after, and I was howling because the size difference is an absolute joke. Like, I know I'm skinny, but standing next to Luke, who's deep in his off season, while I'm like in the depths of prep, was extremely humbling. Like I said to you, his calves are bigger than my quads. So I felt like such a skinny little bitch. But, you know, I'm like a baby bodybuilder. He's an experienced, open bodybuilder. So there is going to be some size difference. Because if there wasn't, I'd be worried. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And that was our session. Oh, another week down. Back in UK, and it was nice to see everyone. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, it's be a bit depressing being back in the rain in the UK when it's summer, but it was really nice because I think I touched on this. Like in America, I felt a little bit lonely. Like I was with family and I love them all, but I wasn't with anyone who like gets bodybuilding. So when I was like prepping my meals and I was getting my steps in and going to the gym and they didn't really get it, it was quite like I realised it is quite a lonely sport. But then obviously like back here in the UK, I've got my little circle, I've got my gang, and they're all so supportive and I love them to pieces because they just help keep my head screwed on. And they're like honestly like my family, and I'm so grateful to have them. So it was just nice because like now I'm in that phase of prep where like it's getting hard, and I think I've touched on this as well before. Like it's more for me like mental. Obviously it's physically hard as well, but for me it's like a mental battle every single day of just like telling myself to keep going because I am good enough, instead of not quitting. I'm not quitting because it's hard, but quitting because I don't think I'm good enough. So I'm like, is it worth this like battle every single day when I don't feel like I deserve to be up there? But you know, the gang at the gym are just like so helpful and just look after me. So it was nice to see them and give my head a little wobble because in America, you know, I was really down on myself. So coming home and seeing them, and they were all like so shocked because obviously I dropped to like 3 or 4 kilograms when I was away. So they were like, they saw me and they were like, oh, what the fuck? Like you're lean. And it's mad because to me, this is like normal. Whereas to them, they like hadn't seen me in like 2 weeks. They were like, what the fuck? Like you've like halved. So yeah, it's mental. It is pretty cool seeing like new veins and lines, but because I know we've still got some to come off, I'm still not satisfied. I'm like we've still got more to go and more to come off, so I'm not appreciating where I am now because there's still at least like 5 kilograms to come off. So yeah, it's just a process, day-to-day process. I've said this so many times, but I'm just trying not to think about the next 5 weeks, just thinking about what I'm doing today and ticking those boxes as best I can. So weight, today I woke up at 58.15, which is the newest low, the lowest low of them all so far, which is crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd be a little bit heavier, a little bit leaner. So it's quite humbling to see 50 on the scales, knowing there's still more to come off. Like, bear in mind, right, peak off season, I was 80 kilograms. 80. 80. I'm 58 now, and there's still more to come off. And it's very demotivating because in the off season, I tick all the boxes, I don't go out, I do everything as best I can, I eat every morsel of food, I train until like I literally kill myself in every single session and send it, only to reveal the not much muscle that I have underneath that fat. Bear in mind, right, I've been into going into the gym for pretty much around 6 years, and this is what I have to show for it. This. The physique of a 12-year-old boy. Great. So yeah, safe to say, humbled, to say the least. But you know, I'm just praying that, you know, on show day I'll be glammed up, I'll be tanned, I'll be full of carbs, because obviously wellness is a very full look. It's not about striations, it's about being full. So, you know, just try not to get fixated on the physique day to day, and just all will be revealed on show day. So yeah, that is it. Sorry it wasn't that an interesting episode as last week in America, but as the weeks progress, things will get more interesting, and there's only 45 week. Oh, I don't even know at this point. Prep brain. It's late. I need to eat. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate all the support so much, and I will see you next week.